You're good.
Okay. Are we live now?
We sure are. What's going on, everybody out there on TCH Live? We're here for a final table of the 30K guaranteed big one, $360 buy-in, 360 bucks per entry.
Names are on the leaderboard. Is yours on there? Players from every stop: Dallas, Las Colinas, Spring, RGV, Houston, and Austin are battling.
Sorry about that, Austin. I hit the wrong button.
All right. Well, we're we're back.
I went to hit the payouts and hit the video instead. I apologize.
Hey, all good, all good. Well, we're looking at the payouts here now, and
Yeah.
with 30K guaranteed in the prize pool, we got $44,400 in the prize pool.
I'm a little rusty, Aaron. I'm a little rusty.
It's all good, man. It's all good. A nice little payday here for our first place finisher, $12,405.
Yeah.
And man, we've got a real serious heads up match there as well. As second place is 78.15, so they'll be playing for the better part of $4,500.
Yeah, it looks like we're getting started here. So hand number one, Aaron. Guys, Mitch back here in the booth. Looks like RJ and Eric took a day off. They're out on assignment. Is that right, Aaron?
Well, I can't speak for RJ, but I do know that our good man Eric is down in Florida trying to ship himself a tournament. He bagged chips for day 2. He'll be in the mix tomorrow, so everybody send your best wishes to Eric Van Loozen tomorrow for his day 2 escapades.
Hopefully he's listening, watching. Let's see if we get the ad up here. There it is. All right. So it is. There's Lego in the chat already. Yeah, Lego, it's me. I'm back. They apparently went through like 17, 18 other people finally before they got to me. Let's see. First hand here. I guess it's some familiar faces here, Aaron, right? Well, you're not as familiar with these guys as I am. I guess you're down there in Austin.
Yeah, some of these guys I think I probably will have played with around the state in some of the different tournaments and such, but yeah, I think you'll probably be a little bit more familiar with some of the local players than I. But Luka Donkish, love the name.
This.
He's all in.
Look at this with the 7 high club draw. Yeah, taking it down first hand. There's Poker Monkey. Good to see you, Poker Monkey.
We got Timon in the chat as well. What's going on, man?
Yeah. So here we have Joel here. Funny story. Joel here in seat 6. I saw him this morning, and he told me he was headed over to play the tournament. And I said, well, I might be commentating. He said, well, I'll tell you what, Mitch, you commentated. I'll make the final table. We'll meet tonight. So here he is. True to his word, he is in seat 6, short stacked, but let's see what he can do with it.
Yeah, he is relatively short, but hanging around. And with the blinds at 16K, pardon me, we are fairly deep here, actually. We've got just a couple of players that are down in the sort of danger zone, if you will, but everyone else sitting pretty comfortable here.
Yeah, and there's the familiar face of Paige, who's made the final table many times. One of my personal favorites. Mikey here with the ace-jack. Going to make the call of the raise here. Seven high flop, 2 hearts here, Aaron.
Yeah, John also defending from the big blind. He's got the most connection with this board texture, but even so, it's just a gut shot, no heart in hand. Natural check over to Pedge, and he is going to continue.
Yeah, I think he'll get away with this one. John might make the call. There it is. He is going to make the call. Two of diamonds on the turn. No help for either player. See if Pedge wants to continue. I would continue here.
Yeah, the naked queen high with the queen of hearts definitely not going to win at showdown, one would suspect. So kind of a premium candidate for another bet.
Yeah, two of diamonds not scaring anybody. John doesn't want to chase anymore. See Paige getting some love in the chat already.
So it looks like we got 5 minutes left in this level, and then we'll be going up to presumably the 10K, 20K level, which will chop some of these stacks down a little bit. But still, Phoenix, Luca up over 1 million, and James just a smidge under. They're all still going to be 50 to 60 big blinds. So quite a lot of depth here.
Andrew, appreciate the shout out there. Let's see who else we got here in the chat. Kiwi.
And now, Mitch, are these 20-minute levels? Do you know, 20 or 30-minute?
Yeah,
levels?
20-minute levels. I've only played this tournament a couple of times, but you know, it's probably why you've never seen me at the final table. You know, but yeah. I heard that, Aaron. I heard that. In your voice, I heard that.
I thought you were doing a bit. I was going along with it.
Yeah, that's why, Mitch. Yeah. All right, so we got 20-minute levels. 3 to the flop here. Luca, look at this flop in top 2. Unfortunately, not much for the other guys.
Yeah, still should be enough connection for one of these two players pretty frequently. So yeah, not going to check it back and just not going to get the action, but he'll take down a pot and secure his spot at the top of the leaderboard here. If you would, Mitch, go ahead and pull up those payouts one more time here. Let's take another peek at what these players are fighting for.
All right.
As it's a relatively flat payout all the way up until 4th place. Then it starts to go north. So 3rd place just shy of 5K and on up. So yeah, right now it's just about kind of accumulating chips, as you know, the ladder ups are really not that significant until we get into the top sort of 3-4 spots. All right.
All right. Back to hand 4 here. Colby with a suited Jack 10. I always like this hand.
It is a pretty one.
Got Mary in a box tonight.
Not as pretty as the aces here. Luca donkish.
Chips and the hand. Look at this. King 10. Nice lay down there by John.
Yeah, it doesn't really have the chips to be messing around. Yeah. It's either all in or fold. And King 10 suited facing a 3-bet from the chip leader. Not really a great recipe. But back over to Colby. He's got quite a few chips. And the Jack 10 just not going to find the muck. So here we go. Heads up to a flop with a pretty decent-sized pot already in the middle.
Yeah. Look at this. Are you kidding me?
Wow.
Wow.
So the cooler here for Luca does check it back for pocket control. Now
that gave him an out right there. He was able to sneak out the back door with that other diamond. Now he's holding 2 black aces. Look at this. That might trap him now. He might have to. I mean, Colby checked the turn.
Yeah,
he could get a little value. You think he could get a little value here?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, I think 1 bet is a mandatory payoff here from Luca, given the way this hand is played.
We go look at you, go show him. He's like, yeah, I had 2 black aces, man.
Yeah,
Wow.
135 just maybe a little too big,
He showed
but
him. He showed him.
wow.
Wow. Unbelievable. Fortunately for Kobe, a couple of more diamonds came there. He could have gotten a lot more chips there, I think.
It was certainly looking like a pretty set up spot. Obviously, not having the ace of diamonds, I
Yeah.
think Luka Doncic can just, kind of play it slow as we saw. But yeah, I'm a little bit surprised that one bet didn't go in there on the river as a call, but did fade the damage and still hanging out in the top 2 spots.
Kobe going to look down at another decent hand, I guess. A pocket pair is always decent. He's going to raise it up here. Luka Doncic. Yeah, I guess you got to like that, right?
Love the name.
As Michael, that looks like Kobe's going to take it down with his 2 4s.
We got Bart in the chat, puffing up Mr. Simon Webster here. Lost the minimum, Lego. Yeah, I mean, he definitely lost the minimum after
Yeah.
the flop. Let's
Yeah.
be perfectly honest about that one. Yeah, well played.
Always good to see Bart in the chat. Bart, how you doing? That's fine. You got Mikey there in seat 4. Mikey was at the final. The last time I was in here, he was at the final table, and Bart was in here with me.
Nice.
So let's see what we got going. See what else we got. What else we got? They told me I got to promote some other stuff here. We'll get to that here in a minute at the end of the next hand. The Trailblazer leaderboard's going on. Is it the Trailblazer? Is that down there and you with you guys in Austin right now?
No, the Trailblazer is in Houston at the moment at Texas Card House Spring.
They're doing a little color up, a little. So let's.
Names are on the leaderboard. Is yours on there? Players from every stop: Dallas, Las Colinas, Spring, RGV, Houston, and Austin are battling for their spot. Every game, every point, every time you play, you climb. The more you play, the higher you rise. And at the top, a seat at the Trailblazer $100,000 invitational free roll. The stakes are real. The race is on. So where do you stand? Climb the leaderboard. Play more. Earn your way into the Trailblazer $100,000 invitational free roll.
And back to the live action. I wanted to see the names on that leaderboard. They were a little quick with that, Aaron.
Yeah, I think you have to go and check out the stats on TexasCardHouse.com to be able to see it without blinking to the next thing.
Yeah.
Real quick, yeah. I did see Simon Webster's name on there, though, so he is racking up points in the Trailblazer and trying to take down this tournament here tonight.
There it is. So I'm going to look down here at King Queen. I raise it up. See if he gets any customers. Looks like he's going to be able to take it down here unless Phoenix wants to see a flop heads up here. And
Yeah.
he says no.
Yeah, the problem is this is one of the shortest stacks opening from the hijack, and even though you got a lot of chips to work with, it's just not really worth it because you know your opponent's going to be near top of range. So, nice fold.
Thank you, Bart. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. I'm a little rusty. It's been a while, but I'm sure Aaron will hold my hand through the night.
We'll find a way. That's for sure.
No doubt. Watching Paige and Joel here, short stack. Not getting any cards here. That's not a good combination. Short stacked and card dead. Unlike Mr. What's it, Donkish? With all the chips and the aces.
Yeah, well, as we can see, sometimes getting the big hands don't actually work out for you, so you just kind of need to hang on until the time is right. And here we've got a fold to Phoenix now in the small blind with Paige next to act in the big blind off the short stack. Will she wake up with a hand now? She will not, but already 20K invested as we did get the level up. But yeah, for over 3x open and what little she's working with, just gonna let it go. In fact, her stack actually isn't that bad. I mean, she's got 30 big blinds after the level up here. It's Joel in the 6 feet now in the big blind who's really far and away our shortest stack.
Actually, Paige has moved up. She was second shortest, so she's. Well, she really didn't move up. John's kind of slipped down a little bit, I guess. See what Joel wants to do here when he gets around to him. See if anybody wakes up with anything here.
And now that we had another top-down view there, I can see that we do have 30-minute levels, presumably now that we're at the final table. Okay. The players get a little bit extra time.
Everybody knows that Joel's the big blind here and potentially an all-in, so Mike is going to raise it up. See what Paige has. Nothing. And there it is. Joel. Ace Jack. Ace Queen. He's going to need some help here.
Yeah, seemingly a good hand at the right time, but a good hand at the wrong time unless he can find a jack to secure the double up. 250,000 in the middle, so
a jack or a lot of clubs,
would get a nice little spin up if he can find a way to win this.
Well, there's no clubs. A jack and a jack only for Joel here. And that'll do it. Joel, it was good seeing him stay true to his word today. It was very interesting. Wish he would have stuck around a little longer. Well, Joe's going to finish in ninth. He's going to take home $1,240 tonight. Not too bad right there. Not too bad.
Yeah, not quite 4 buy-ins, but a decent chunk of change for the $360 buy-in out of nearly 150 entries, coming in 9th place. Congratulations on the final table appearance, and we'll see you next time, Joel.
Yeah, gets to play poker all day, sit around watching some college football, and taking home some money. Not bad.
All right, the remaining 8 players all guaranteed just a little bit more. 1,400 and change will be going to our 8th place finisher, but of course everybody's eyes on first place and that 12,000 plus. Is there a trophy for this tournament?
I don't think so.
Okay, maybe a coin or something like that, but no trophy, right?
No trophy. A coin, though. Phoenix going to raise the 45K with a couple of Ks. And not much happening. He'll take it down. Mr. Rick, appreciate it. Yeah, the Red Sox, hopefully to make a couple of moves. They made a postseason this past year. I expected it. I expect a little farther next year. Well, we'll see. John going to look down at 9-10. Throw it away here.
Somebody loves playing poker when they can't wait to be big blind. That's how it started off for me. I got kings in the
Phoenix going to raise it up. Not quite the kings, but he does have a An ace.
Ace-10 for Colby in the small blind. Would love to see a 3-bet here. Attack the presumably wide opening range from the chip leader here, but he is just going to let this go. Going to play a little bit tighter.
He does have the chip leader there. I think it's the chip leader. Luca, is he still the chip leader?
Luca has slipped just a little bit to Phoenix here, but yeah, I mean, they're basically co-chip leaders, right? I mean, within a few blinds of one another, but yeah, the ace-10 would have flopped the goods as well. Broadway on the flop had they gotten there, but yeah, I mean, I understand when you're kind of the middling stack, right? He's got plenty of big blinds, doesn't really need to mess around or anything, but at the same time, like, you're still going to need to accumulate chips. Otherwise, you're just going to bleed down waiting for John and Paige to bust.
Yeah.
And they're not like particularly short, and the pay jumps are not that important, right? Like the difference between 5th place and 8th is really not that much. So yeah, I think you need to open it up a little bit there. Really would have liked to see the 3-bet, not just from a results-oriented standpoint. Flop and Broadway, but we'll see how things continue here. You can see the frustration there from Colby too, right?
Yeah.
You're always just like praying for like the, you know, the 9, 7, 8 or whatever board, and like it just goes ballistic, and you see that, you know, they just had everything. And
Well, here I mean, I think maybe going back to last hand, Luca's been very active, you know, and I think he maybe didn't want to get into it with Luca, you know, maybe he just, I think it's a little early maybe. He still wants, maybe they haven't played each other all day. He wants to maybe feel him out a little bit more, see what's going on.
I mean, Luca was in the big blind, though. He hadn't even done anything yet.
Yeah, but I mean, you were talking about maybe a 3-bet. I don't know. I don't know.
So what does your small blind 3-betting range look like there?
I love ace-10. I love ace-10, but with Luca as being as active as he has been so far, you know, I may not have wanted to tangle with him right now. I don't want him on my left, and that's where he is. You know, it's, I don't know, it's still a little early for me. You know.
Yeah. Well, all the more reason to 3-bet in my mind, because if you just call, for example, right? Like in my mind, the only 2 options are fold or 3-bet, and so like if he calls, then it actually gives Luca the opportunity to do the 3-betting himself if he's going to, you know, sort of be active or whatever, as you say. So you kind of take that option away when you do the 3-betting yourself. Plus, I mean, ace-10, just so much hand with one of the chip leaders opening from the cutoff. Like, they can be very wide, and as we saw, the ace-3 was certainly destined for the bin. But, you know, regardless, we are on the next hand. Hand number 12 here, two-tone king-high board.
And Paige has the best hand right now. And she's going to check. She's a little scared, a little skittish at a king-queen. And she's going to have the best hand if she can. And there it is. She's going to take it down. Yeah, I agree. It's a 3-bet fold spot. And I probably would play it the same way Colby did, you know, give it some thought, but probably just throw it away. And then I would have gotten frustrated once I saw the flop and threw my cards down in the next hand just like he did. So, yeah, next hand, I guess. Right, hand number 13 here. See if Paige up. Paige got a decent hand here. See what she wants to do with it. Showing some patience there.
Yeah, very snug fold. Definitely a little bit more handcuffed than some of the other players at the table, given the sort of aggressive nature from Simon over here, as you have alluded to already.
Yeah. And she's probably very happy now that she folded. Now she has John going all in.
Well, card funeral there for Pedge as he lets it go, and John will take down the pot for a little bit of a chip up, nearing the 15 big blind mark. So getting himself a little bit of breathing room off of the super short stack.
And we got some other stuff here. Coming up on hand 14. Looks like we have 107 people watching right now. Appreciate that, guys. Thank you, thank you. Saturday night here at Texas Card House in Dallas. Aaron helping out from Austin, Round Rock.
Austin, yep.
Austin, you got Mitch here. Back in Dallas, back in the booth. RJ and Eric are out of town. All right, got a hand brewing here, hand number 14. Pedge with the ace king. Luca with the suited ace. Gonna raise it up. What do you think?
Pedge, I don't think he really has much in between stuff here. This is just gonna be a ship. I mean, I think a lot of the time, if you're sort of in a situation with ace king,
there it is.
You think you're up against a lighter opening range, you will sort of go in between. But yeah, Pedge, he's just all.
Oh, Mikey with the queens. Quick with the call there, the all-in call.
Yeah, real big flip here. Mikey in great spot to get the full double up. Pedge here has a player at risk, but if he loses this pot, he's going to be the short stack down to 5 big blinds. Needs to improve, and we saw one of those aces hit the muck, but there's a king straight away. And Mikey gonna need some help real quick. Doesn't pick up any straight outs. So he's gonna need a queen and a queen only.
Ooh.
Doesn't come.
Wow.
All right, well, just like that, Mikey is gonna be our second elimination, going home in 8th place for $1,400. Everybody remaining gonna ladder up about 175 bucks.
Congratulations going out to Mikey. It's good to see you back at the final table.
And Pedge now strongly in second position, right behind Phoenix here.
There it is. Down to 8 now.
7 even.
Oh, 7. Yeah, 7. My fault. 7.
Yeah, Joel then Mikey. So
yeah.
Pretty fast and furious here, as we've got probably 10 minutes or so left in the 20K big blind level.
Yeah, 15 hands in, down 2 players. So we got going on here. Jedi Master.
What's going on, Ted? Welcome in. All right, 3 players going to a flop here. Luca raising from the low jack, called in 2 spots, and pretty tasty looking board.
Yeah.
Diamonds.
Phoenix with the looking for some clubs. Page, I believe, folded a 10-5. He did hit the 5, but I don't really expect to see anything out of him here, except a fold. And he does.
Ain't no way. Huh? Ain't no way 25 took that down. Yeah, that's professional folds, because they were drawing dead after that shot. Wait till you see it. Wait, you'll see it.
Yeah, Salty Page no stranger to the final table. Very solid player. Her husband plays a lot. He's made the final table on many occasions. They've actually made the final table together a few times. That's kind of cool. Yeah.
There's 2 diamonds, king high. Had to be the 6-handed diamond. So.
And she came to the final table a little short stack. She's been kind of handcuffed. But she's been very, very patient, and she's climbed up the ladder. That's why she makes all these final tables. She's such a solid player. Like I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it. The king jack of spades. I'm going all in.
The correct bet amount, you said? Yeah. So I said no. I said you would B75 there, right? Oh, no. Thanks.
Simon gonna limp the king 8 here in the low jack.
You're right. B75.
James will have none of it. Gonna raise it up.
That's the kids terminology, right?
And wow, the limp and call here from Simon with a dominated king out of position.
And you knew he was going to hit the 8. You knew it. I was like, he's going to hit the 8. Wow. Another 8. And he checks it.
No improvement for James, thankfully for his stack, as Simon is going to put out a roughly 2/3 pot bet here on the river, but no takers from the king high.
I don't know what to say to the stream people when they watch that.
He was hoping James might have hit that jack there on the river. Yeah. Maybe get a little paid. Maybe, he checked the turn. I love that. I love checking the turn. Yeah.
GTO doesn't win in Dallas.
But no dice on the jack.
Yeah, that's Dallas right there.
Oh, man. Simon running good.
Never fold no matter what. They're always lucky.
John here looking down at king 6. Nothing doing. Uh-oh. James got the 8s this time. Raising it up. Phoenix, there it is. Guys, you knew sometime during the course of the night they were going to show up. There they are, pocket 10s. 10s are all gone now. Colby here.
Nice little big blind defend hand here for Colby as well. He's going to come along and, 3 ways, 50K apiece.
The 10s are gone. Nice little open ender there for Colby.
Phoenix here is going to put chips in the middle with the 2 10s.
He wants to see where he is, I think, here with the feeler bet. See if anybody hit this. There it is. Colby's going to come along, make the call. James going to get out of the way. 4 brings the 3rd spade here, Aaron.
Yeah, now I think Phoenix should just be checking back, but he is going to continue betting. I mean, I say that, and he's pretty much targeting a jack here with this bet, so this actually makes a lot of sense now that I think more about it. Like, if Colby has a king, he's just not folding for this small bet, but if he has a jack, he'll probably let it go, and 10s benefit a whole hell of a lot from that.
Colby was a little skittish back earlier with and he's open-ended there. He had the clubs. It was spades out there too. So I guess he believed Phoenix there. Salty here wants to know that there's no shufflers that she's seen in Texas. No, they're allowed. I guess they're allowed. I never really asked Victor or anybody. I mean, but I'm pretty sure they're allowed. It's just that, well, I guess, in my opinion, I guess I could give my opinion on this, Aaron. You back me up, or we don't take a rake, so in casinos they take a rake, so they want as many hands as possible, and you can't buy the shufflers. You have to rent them. And I mean, me personally, I like a hand shuffle over a shuffler anyway. Me personally.
Yeah,
But,
I mean, all of the dealers at the Texas Card House locations around the state are top notch. You just watch Anna here; she's going to get a new hand dealt in very much, the same ballpark as reaching into a shuffle machine and grabbing the next deck and doing a little cut anyways. So yeah, I'm with you. I think it's perfectly fine and even preferable in my opinion.
yeah, well, I do deal, and I've dealt, back east. I've had the shuffler when I came here. I think for about 3 days, it was a little bothersome. I'd go to push the button and it wasn't there for the shuffler, and I did that for okay, it was about 2 weeks. I don't want to lie and say 3 days. It was about 2 weeks. But yeah, after that, it's not even an issue now. I prefer, well, when I play, I prefer a hand shuffle over a shuffle machine.
Yeah, Salty Ninja. Yes, in fact, it's a leasing thing where you kind of have to sign up for a period of time as well. I don't know all the details for how it works out, but it's fairly onerous to get in and out of a contract. So, my understanding is that you kind of commit to it when you do it, and it's not necessarily going to be beneficial unless the clientele, for example, is all like clamoring for it and being like, if you guys don't get shufflers, we're leaving or something, right? But that's just not happening at Texas Card House.
Yeah, it's not going to happen. As far as tampering with them, I mean, I've dealt with a lot of shufflers over the years. Always at the a casino, the Horseshoe, or and there wasn't enough. I do know some house games have shufflers. I don't know about that, but as far as casinos, there's nothing like that happening. They just want to get out as many hands as possible.
John here makes the call with the pair of fours as Pedge tries to get a little bit of value with the deuce, seemingly, with that bet on the river, and cannot get called by works.
With that win there, John moves ahead of Paige. Paige down at 390,000.
Still relatively healthy, though, right around 19 and a half, 20 big blinds. Only 4 minutes left in the level, and we will go up, presumably to, well, are we going straight to 1530, I wonder? Or maybe doing like a 1525 or something like that in between? I know they colored up the 1Ks just a little bit ago, but it'd be interesting to see. My guess is that we go straight to 1530, which is a pretty big jump, but sort of the nature of the beast on a one-day tournament such as this.
Yeah. Phoenix taking down another one. Guys, we have 146 of you watching. Appreciate that. You have Aaron down there in Austin. I keep wanting to say Houston. I don't know why. Down in Austin. Mitch here in Dallas. Saturday night here. Final table. Down to the last 7. What was it, 143 entrances today?
Yeah, a little shy of 150, but a pretty good turnout, and smashing the guarantee of 30,000 with 44,400 in the prize pool. Nearly 12,500 of that will be going to the first place winner.
John go to raise here with a couple of 9s. One of his nines just got folded. Just got mucked. John's going to take it down. Yeah, Salty. I used the deckmate too. It can suit the deck if a card is missing or if it's upside down, it lets you know. But that's about it. I mean, it can suit a deck. It can, but as far as I know, casinos they would have no benefit to cheat. I would say it's not that it's not the house. It's player against player.
Yeah, I mean, the big concern that a lot of people have with the, either the deckmate 2s or whatever other, technology is out there is, sort of the home game stuff, right? We've heard little snippets here and there
Yeah.
about different games that were using it to, cook the deck or either even just like pass whole card information
Yeah.
through to somebody who was sort of monitoring what was going on. And yeah, if you know who has what, and what the flop, turn, and river bring, who's going to win the hand. So you can always have some nefarious stuff going on. But that is not happening at any of our Texas Card House locations. And
That's for sure. Yeah.
just sort of stay at the good brick and mortars where you know what's going on.
Yeah, good old hand shuffling. I don't mind it. Yeah, Lego. I heard a little. I'm not a big basketball fan, but I've heard a little bit about the NBA and all the house games, and I mean that's big money involved. Stupid. But yeah, like at your local house game. But yeah, somebody said, I don't know who was it. Someone said if they went to a house game and they saw a shuffler, they're not playing. I mean, I don't. I don't. The only house game I play is at my kids' house game. We get together for like Thanksgiving and stuff. We play a house game. Paige here in a big blind. I know she's anxious to get a decent hand here. Let's see what she could do. See if she wakes up with something here. Colby going to throw away a suited queen. All right. Luca's got a suited ace here. Going to raise it up. King Jack on a button.
Yeah, nice little playable hand here for Pet.
Yeah, I think so. Page. No. King 3. No. Is that true, Lego, to use the deckmate 2 in the? I didn't hear that. I mean, like I said, I'm not a basketball fan. I just heard a little bit about it, not enough to comment, really.
Two overs here, backdoor straight opportunities for Pedge, but that's just about it. So it'd be a pretty spicy float, and it seems like a good spot to just dip out.
Yeah. Let's see here.
Yeah, 15-30, so big blind jump. And Paige goes from having just about 20 bigs to straight down to 12.5 now in the small blind. So that was a real big, nasty jump for her stack in particular.
At least she did get past her big blind before it went up. So I'm sure she noticed that. So she still has. She'll play her small blind here, and then she'll have the button and a couple of free hands, as they say, before the big blind gets back around to her. Phoenix with the ace jack here. Colby with a suited ace of his own.
All right, folks, that $5 5-card is a go. On table 9, I got Caesar Stewart, CHR,
Get this
MAL,
work here. There it is.
Steven, Carlos, and BBB. There's a brand new $5
So earlier, Colby missed his opportunity for the 3-bet with
Yeah,
the
with the
ace
ace, with
10.
the ace 10. Yeah.
Now he's going to do it while Phoenix has a slightly better holding. But this is still pretty uncomfortable for Phoenix, right? And he's pretty much got to decide right now if he's going to play for all of it or not. I mean, he can call and play in position, but stacked pot ratio will be under 1, so it doesn't really make a lot of sense. Kind of putting him to the test just right now. And ace-jack.
Yeah, I mean, Colby's representing a bigger, at least a bigger ace, right? At least.
I mean, this is button versus big blind, so the hands just don't need to be as big as
Wow.
you normally would think. And Phoenix is indeed just going to stick the rest of it in there.
And
I
he
like
did,
this play from both players, honestly. I think Colby maybe can just call with the ace-8 suited, maybe 3-bet with some of his sort of weaker aces that are much easier folds. Ace-8 suited just has a lot of playability. Has that good high card equity. I think I would have preferred just the call here from the big blind. And, you know, it always seems a little bit like, well, you know, it's very, very similar positions, and why would you do something different now? But I think it just makes a lot more sense to play this one as a call pre-flop and the ace-10 from the small blind as the 3-bet earlier. But he is now just kind of stuck.
Yeah, now he's stuck. And you see him, he keeps looking up at the TV. A lot of people can't see. There's a TV behind the dealer there. You very rarely can you see it. Colby keeps looking up, and he's looking up, and you see he's looking at Page's stack right now. He's very uncomfortable right now. He knows ace-8's not as strong as he would like it to be, and Page is short stacked. He's probably going to find a, what do you think, Aaron? You think he'll find a fold here?
I think so. I mean, he did put enough of his stack out there to where a call off is like in the vicinity of break even as far as like, you know, his expected value. But yeah, it's just, this is kind of exactly why the 3-bet really sucks, because now you just don't know what you should do, or whether or not your opponent ever is doing this with just like pocket sevens or something where you're flipping. But most of the time you're just like well behind, right?
Yeah, I mean, real quick here, you see that he's looking at this is what he's looking at, the numbers there. Whether or not he wants to take a chance to make the call, whether or not that's a big enough jump in pay.
Yeah, Salty Ninja is actually relatively large 3-bet, which I think is why this is
He makes
such
the
an
call.
uncomfortable spot. He committed so much of his stack that he kind of felt compelled to call the rest of it off. And yeah, he's got 30% equity, but this is a big pot. So if he can find a win, he'll be right up near the top of the leaderboard.
An 8 or so, or a lot of hearts here. Well, there's an 8.
Oh, no way.
There is an 8. Two of clubs, no help to Phoenix here. Colby trying to dodge a 10 or jack, and he does. There it is. Wow.
Yeah, pretty spicy there. And Phoenix is going to be sort of questioning, like, what's going on over here, man? Like, damn.
Yeah, I'm sure Phoenix was happy to see when Colby made the call, the ace-8. He was happy to see that. Maybe expected to see something a little better than the ace-8. But unfortunately for him, Colby does hit the 8 on the flop, right there on the flop.
Yeah, Phoenix in pretty good spirits about it, though. He's laughing, but Gonna get up and walk it off a little bit here as he has now fallen to middle of the pack. Page here still the shortest stack, 11 big blinds. John working with, let's call it 16 big blinds. And James on about 19.
PJ, welcome to the stream.
Wow, PJ, that is a bad beat.
Paige all in with the king 5 of hearts here. Let's see if she can get it through as she does. She's been relatively quiet, so she can represent a stronger hand than king 5 there. Kobe moving up in the second place there, and chips right on Luca's tail.
Because you can, because you want to make sure you got your cut.
Page here with Jack 9 suited. Going to raise it up a little bit. There's Phoenix with ace 10. Let's see how he handles it coming off that last hand there. Yeah, he's just going to, he's recovered. He's ready to go. He's just going to sit back, relax. He's not tilted. Page. All right. John with the queen 8 here all suits going to make the call. I like it. Let me see a flop here. I like it.
I just found out about it today.
Look at that ace deuce. Page just folded ace deuce. Wow. I think she walked away from the table. I don't think she's sitting there. I think I saw her get up, Aaron.
Okay, I'm not too sure ace deuce was going to find a way into this pot no matter what, but.
Well, it was suited. Now, well, who was it? The raise was like 60?
Yeah.
The mid raise?
Yeah, she doesn't really have blinds to be messing around.
She's just not getting back to 10. She didn't even see it.
Maybe they like call them or whatever, ask them questions. Yeah, same stuff. I didn't know you could do that.
You didn't like that it was suited?
If I could register and play a tournament.
I mean, there's just like certain hands you can and can't play when you have 13 big blinds, and I think.
Well, now you know why I don't make these final tables.
Yeah, you make a couple calls for 2 big blinds, and then pretty soon you have no big blinds left.
Well, Kobe here's got the suited ace queen. Yeah, it's a little better than ace deuce suited.
A little bit.
He's gonna raise. He's gonna min raise with the ace queen suited.
Ooh, James, big blind defense connects.
Gonna hit the 5 there. I think he's good here. You think?
Yeah, and I mean he's working with 16 big blinds. So here comes the check raise. Let's go, James. Take this pot while you're ahead. Back over to Colby here. Yeah, he's still got the 2 overs backdoor spades. He's going to make the call. Stacked pot ratio right at 1. And it just gets easier for James now.
Yeah, he's got the check mark.
Oh, no. He's all in.
Wow. I think I might have checked there, I think.
I mean, Yeah, right? Like, your hand is super nutted. This certainly going all in feels a little bit tough. Like, I mean, if your opponent just has aces,
Yeah.
like maybe they can still find a fold. Like, I don't even know. The check raise, right? Do you have enough
Yeah.
just like 6-7 and 6-4 and 7-4 and stuff
I don't
like
know.
this
I mean,
to ever
I might have
balance?
checked here and let Colby. Even if Colby bet, I might have just smooth called the bet.
Wow.
Okay, small popcorn. Thank you.
I mean, the fact that Colby's even thinking about this says to me that
Yeah, he just doesn't think, you know.
Out of curiosity,
Oh,
what did you put me on when you had ace eight?
yeah. I mean,
King queen?
King queen. Off
not necessarily that he didn't believe James, but you know, James has been playing kind of tight today, but tonight at the final table. So, I mean, I guess he put him on an overpair. I mean, pocket sixes would have been. I mean, you know, James isn't putting Colby on a 3 or a 5, right?
Given her,
She's not even in the hand anymore.
I mean, it's not out of the realm of possibility. It was a single raise pot, but yeah, it sort of seems when you make the super nuts like that on the turn, you want to try to get a call from your opponent.
Yeah.
All in is just not going
Yeah.
to get called nearly as frequently as a small bet.
I'm checking there. Me personally, I think I would have checked there. You know.
Yeah, check I don't think is quite the right play, but you know, it's sort of splitting hairs perhaps to say that, you know, betting 15% pot versus checking
Yeah.
is better, but I think you do still want to keep the betting lead. But nonetheless, ace queen finds the muck, and
And now we have John with
James.
pocket fours, raising it up to 75.
Which I deem incapable of those. Otherwise, that's why I said others I just ditch it. Nobody's ever bluffed it.
Fred, main game, table 3.
Hedge here will make the
Call.
defense.
Yeah. We'll see a flop here. Wow. John flopping a set there. Pedge doesn't really have much. See what John wants to do here. Checking a check. 3 no help. Pedge will probably check. I don't see John checking the turn here.
I think Pej almost has a good candidate here for a probe, but he's not going to go for it.
John's going to throw something out there. John's not necessarily scared of the clubs here, but an ace, you know, 5 give him trouble there. 5 on the river. Doesn't want to see it. We'll take it down. See what else we got going on here. We got some other things going on here they wanted me to talk about. We got Trailblazer going on down there in spring, Aaron. I know it's a little farther south than you. That starts November 10th. Going on to, is that going on? That's almost over, right?
Right, you are. Yeah, the final table of that main event is going to be coming up on Monday. So day 2 of the main event will be kicking off tomorrow. The players still battling it out in the last flight of the day here today, working to get their way into the mix for day 2. Yeah, 500K guaranteed in that prize pool.
There you go. Pesce with a suited 6-5 of spades will make the call. Phoenix got a couple of spades itself here. Battle of the blinds here. He'll just make the check there. A couple of queens with an 8 of spades. Phoenix stranglehold on this hand.
Yeah, I like this bet here from Pedge.
Yeah.
He's got some turn cards that will give him some additional equity, and 6 high is obviously just not winning at showdown.
Yeah.
This board is pretty disconnected, so you know, if he could get something like a jack high, a 10 high to fold, that's pretty big. As it stands, Phoenix will float with the king high, and now with double paired board, king high looking very strong. And Pedge here gonna have to buckle up for 3 streets if he's gonna try to run the bluff, and otherwise just sort of shut it down, which seems to be the plan.
Let's see how Phoenix wants to handle it here. He's going to throw something out there. 50,000. Pedge will fold here in a second. There it is. Phoenix will take it down with a king high. What else we got going on here? Oh, here we go. This is coming up here, here in Dallas, the even bigger one, Aaron.
Right.
It's the end of the month tournament we have, a 2-day tournament. Looks like we're even going to have there at 5 o'clock after you guys get done eating your Thanksgiving turkey and everything, in case you know ham or whatever. Have a 5 o'clock flight there on Thanksgiving. I know a lot of people will be coming out for that. But that's at the end of the month here in Dallas. I know you guys love that.
Bro, you won that tournament.
Yeah, that should be a really good tournament with a lot of day 1 flights available. People to get in the mix.
I'm going to bring that up again here. I want to check it out myself there.
Yeah, you'll have to get in there, make the final table. You can be on the live stream yourself.
There you go. Unfortunately, I won't be here on Thanksgiving. You know, I got the kids and everything, but check out the other days, see what's going on. We'll get that back up here after this hand. Let everybody get a good look there.
And yes, Salty Ninja, the 10% was accounting for the board pair and ace high.
For a chop, right?
Yeah.
For those of you who are interested in showing up here for the even bigger one on Thanksgiving, I believe it starts at 5. I'll double check that. Page just continuing not to be able to get any decent cards here. A little card dead on the final table.
And yeah, 10% is bang on, right? 2 queens, 2 eights, 4 aces. That's 8 cards with, 44 cards left in the stub. So 9%, 10%, it's all right there.
Phoenix will take it down again. Guys, here it is again for those of you who are interested. And the even bigger one, $300 buy-in. 2-day tournament starting on the 24th. Monday, 2 flights there here in Dallas. Going to Tuesday, Wednesday, of course, there on Thanksgiving. And then Friday, and then Saturday, of course. Day 2 will be Sunday. And the final table will be here Monday, and Eric and RJ will be here. Take care of that for you guys. Just got a text message here, and I think it's Emily.
Yeah, sometimes those equities will throw you off a little bit because RF Poker, it'll also calculate the remaining outs based on the cards that we've seen folded, right? So sometimes when you'll get all the cards up in the top left corner of the screen showing what are the remaining outs, some of them will be grayed out, and that percentage will include the cards that are missing. So sometimes that percentage won't line up when you're like, oh well, this should be like a pure 4 outer, why isn't it like straight up 9%? And it's because some of those are missing and whatnot. Anyways, a couple of kings here for James up against the ace-5 for Colby. Not much here for either player.
But I race cut off.
James got bet 100,000 here,
Big. I jam 24 big.
and he will take it down.
But he has 35.
Guys, don't forget we have Rebecca's game here.
No.
For those of you who don't know, Rebecca, very nice lady, very nice lady. One hell of a card player. So let me throw that out there. Tuesdays and Thursdays, she has a game here at 1 o'clock. It's the RSVP there. For those interested, Rebecca's a very nice lady.
Which one was this? Was this the?
I play a lot. I can't keep track of it.
Hand number 32 here, Aaron. We have 185 people watching. Guys, appreciate you tuning in. And if you're looking for Eric or RJ, they're out. So after calling 17, 18 other people, they finally got a hold of me, decided to call me. Mitch back in the booth here in Dallas. Aaron down there in Austin. Helping out, appreciate it.
Heck yeah, happy to be here.
And we're down to the final 7, is that right? 7?
7 players, that is correct. Yeah,
7.
1575 for our next elimination, I believe, going on up to just about 12,500 for first. 6 minutes left in this level, and then we'll be going up once again, 20-40 on the blinds, and then even our chip leaders are going to be starting to get a little bit short, so the blinds come for everyone.
Looking here to have flopped a gut shot. Phoenix, not much for him. But he'll bet it, and Luca will fold his gut shot. Emily just arrived here. Aaron, Emily's now working. At last time I was here, Emily wasn't working at TCH. She now has a job at TCH.
All right.
And she was working over at Las Colinas. She just arrived here. She just got done. She's here at Dallas. I think she's going to get something to eat out there in the room. See if I get her to come in here and watch. She doesn't want to talk. She's a little shy. Phoenix here with the Queen 10 of clubs. Paige, after being card dead, this 8-9 kind of, I don't know, and I know you play a lot, Aaron. When you're card dead, you get down to 8-9 suited. In a cash game, it looks pretty good, but not here at the final table.
Yeah, I mean, you can get to a certain blind depth where you do just have to go with the 9-8, but she's not there yet.
Yeah. Phoenix here going to hit the queen. John hit nothing. Well, Lego right now, she's, I got her, I'm teaching her how to deal. So while she's in the process of doing that, I got her, she's a food runner. I wanted her to get comfortable with the room, get to know some of the people, and that way when she's ready to deal, it'll be a smooth transition. So she's having fun. She's meeting a lot of nice people. There's a lot of great people over there at Las Colinas. And yeah, that's the plan. So hopefully she'll be dealing in the near future. I can't wait.
I got invited, but that's what I heard.
How long you been dealing cards, Mitch?
I started back in 2009.
Okay.
Yeah, I was working at Chrysler in Delaware, and here's Paige. She's going all in with the Ace King.
Yeah, that's how I got introduced. But
I've heard multiple people say it's really, really good.
I've heard some crazy numbers.
Fold. Is she going to get any action here? No, she'll take it down.
And they're just there to have fun.
Yeah, in Delaware, I spent a little time over Atlantic City once in a while. I knew my way over there, and I got to know some of the dealers. And they said, Mitch, you might be able to do a good job at this. So when they closed the Chrysler plant where I was working, when they closed it down, Delaware Park opened up a casino like less than a year later. So I took a class, and here I am.
All right. Cool.
I was told it was.
And I do. I love it. It's a great job. It's a lot of fun, and you get to meet a lot of nice people.
People talk about
Work with a lot of nice people.
but you don't get that action
Heck yeah.
Yeah, Salty. It would have been nice if she would have gotten the call and double up. Jedi wants me to let everybody know how many. Yes, growing up when I was young, poker was always in. Every Friday night we were playing poker everywhere, and so poker's been part of my life for a long time. And all three of my kids, they deal poker too. They work here at TCH too at Las Colinas.
Nice.
Yeah, Brittany, Phil, and Wade, all three of them. Brittany, when I was doing the live stream here, Brittany, if some of you might remember, I know Jedi, I know you remember, Brittany would come in and do the live stream with me. It was always a lot of fun. I love that. Colby here going to raise it up with a couple of fours. Let's see if he gets any callers with this. Don't see anything yet. All right, Phoenix might make the call here. And look at that. Phoenix hitting a 3. I don't think he's going to get many chips from Colby here. I don't think Colby. I think the 45,000 right there is all he's going to get from Colby. I would imagine.
Yeah, all things considered, not a bad flop for fours, but just kind of as it oftentimes goes, where you open with one of these small to middling pairs and you're just not going to connect with the board, and that's just the pair you're working with for the rest of the hand. Going to get check raised straight away by Phoenix, given the texture of the board here. And yeah, it's very uncomfortable for Colby, but I think, as you say, he's pretty much just going to have to move on, as you have no real chance to improve. And even if you're right that your opponent has something like 9-8 of spades, any of those pairs are lives, you're just like a dog in the hand. So yeah, Colby will let it go.
And Phoenix will take it down. Coming up on hand number 37 here, guys. Blinds are still 20, 40, 40. Looks like we have a little less than 30 minutes left in this level. 159 of you tuning in, guys. We appreciate that. Appreciate it. And appreciate you coming in and helping us. I know RJ and Eric appreciate it.
Heck yeah. Well, another shout out to Eric down there in Florida, trying to scoop himself up a bunch of money and a title. So he'll be battling tomorrow. Coming into day 2 with 20 big blinds and a dream. So best of luck to Eric.
Do you know where in Florida is he playing?
I think he's playing at the Hard Rock.
Oh, okay. And is that in Tampa?
Hollywood. I could be wrong. I'd have to go back and check
Yeah.
to see exactly where he's playing, but I think that's where it's at.
Adrian, yeah, how you doing? It's me back in the booth. RJ and Eric are out of town, and Aaron and I got the call, so here we are, helping out. I'm a little rusty. Aaron's doing a great job carrying me. Appreciate that. Phoenix here, looking down at Ace Jack. Going to raise it up here. Paige. Let's see if she continues to be card dead or if she has anything worth well, she's looking pretty good at. No, she's going to throw that away.
Yeah, confirmed he's playing at the Hard Rock in Hollywood. Yeah.
Okay. Well, Eric, if you are listening, or maybe he's probably It's 10 o'clock over there. He may be in bed trying to get some sleep for day 2. You say day 2's tomorrow? Is that what you said, Aaron?
Yeah. Nice little 3-bet here from Phoenix out of the small blind pedge on the button. Gonna do a little bit of his own Hollywooding and then let it go. 1.5 million now for Phoenix, which when we started the final table was very nearly 100 big blinds. That is no longer the case. Chip leader on sub 40 big blinds. So yeah, it's going up quick. And Paige now down to roughly 8 big blinds. John on 9. So yeah, they're going to have to make something happen here pretty quick.
Salty's been watching Rounders, I see.
10-7 offsuit for Paige. Not going to pull the trigger. And Colby there with the king-8 suited probably would have looked her up for the 8 big blinds. So a good lay down.
Excuse me. Yeah, Paige just can't. I mean, she's just card dead. She can't catch a break tonight. Showing a lot of patience though, way more than I'd been gone. I'd been gone. But I have been working on it, Aaron. I have been working on it. It's slowly gets better every day.
Very good.
You would think in my age I'd know how to be patient, after 3 kids and everything. And an ex-wife, but I'm not going to get into it.
We've all got our battles.
Paige with an ace deuce again, only this time it's not suited. And she's going all in, hoping she could get the blinds to fold. There's the small blind and the big blind. Suited queen 8. Suited queen 8. He wants to count. He's not going to call, is he, Aaron?
Presumably not. It's 7 big blinds for him to make that call, and given how patient she has been, yeah, he's gonna be. I mean, he was kind of in like the best possible scenario there, 1 over, 1 under to his holdings, but yeah, good fold.
Yeah, they think she's been very patient, but I mean she's really had not much to play with. She looks down, the first card she looks at is a queen, and then she has a 3 behind it. As you know, Aaron, it's very frustrating. I'm sure you've been down that street.
Oh, yeah, far too often.
Yeah. So hats off to her for being as patient as she has been. And she's had it work for her. She knows that if she can get away with. But right now, she's kind of limited. It's either, fold or all in. She can't go to the well. She can't go all in too often because then they're going to say, well, she's just, oh, here we go.
Second call for sit and just C for 1-2 no limit.
Non-all-in 3-bet here from Simon in the small blind. Very small 3-bet.
Phoenix wants to see what he's working with. He's asked him if you guys didn't notice that. Asked me, he wants to see his chip stack. I don't really think Phoenix is going to make. I mean, he could make. What do you think, Aaron? You think he makes the call here?
I mean, he's getting laid a very good price, which is sort of the brilliance of what Simon has done here with this small 3-bet. Because Simon will never fold if he gets jammed on, but by going for this small 3-bet can sometimes get called by a hand like this, which is just going to miss the flop most of the time, and it's just a few extra chips on top for Simon. But I mean, yeah, I think if you're Phoenix, you just, doesn't matter how good of a price you're getting, you just let it go.
Yeah.
I mean, Salty Ninja, we were deep stacked a little while ago, but no longer. 2 level ups have seen the blinds double, so 60 big blinds are down to 30, and all those players that are in the middle, that used to have sort of the 30 big blinds, get to kind of hang out and wait for a spot. Now they're down sub 20. So, yeah, the price of poker has definitely changed, and especially at 7-handed, you're going to go through the blinds just ever that much quicker. As it's basically going to come down to a consolidation phase. We always sort of see these, especially in the turbo type tournaments like this one.
All right, Aaron. That's got Paige got a hand here, Aaron. Ooh. Now all in here. She's just going to raise it up a little bit. She wants to try. I think maybe she wants to try to get some action here. Okay. All right. Paige got to make the call here, right?
Well, she went for the min raise in order to sort of give herself an out. And, well, she's up against sort of one of the tighter players at the table. Not so sure that she should be folding, but yeah.
She makes the call. Well, I mean, it's heads up, so, it makes it a little easier, but she's not comfortable with it. She's right. She sees it's really not as bad as she thought it was probably going to be. She has 2 live cards. She got back to her hearts there, possibly. King or queen. No, 4 spades.
Well, that is going to give John the double up. Paige going to be down to just about 3 big blinds. And far and away the shortest stack now. John, the shortest stack, doubling up through the second shortest stack. And while that does breathe life into his stack, he is still working with a relatively modest, call it 16 big blinds.
Oh. Paige down to 110,000. Hand number 42. And the first hand she gets after that is an 8-6 offsuit. That's just terrible. Luke is going to make the call here. James is out. Guys, I appreciate the shout-outs tonight on the chat. It is good to be back in the booth. I appreciate it. Cooper was kind enough to give me a call and ask me if I wanted to fill in, and it's been a while, and I like being back. 9 high flop with 2 hearts, couple of 6s, no help to anybody. Luke is still good with the ace-jack. Luke with the check there. I think he might have been able to take it down there with the bet there on the flop.
Yeah, ace-jack has good showdown, good removal, but Phoenix definitely not uncapped. Or excuse me, not capped by checking out of position. So, yeah, keeping the pot small here gives Simon the chance to just call in position with the ace high.
And there it is, right on the river. Pressure on Phoenix now.
Seemingly a pretty good card to bluff there for Phoenix, but not going to go for it. Just going to go for the give up, and that will give Simon an opportunity to value bet in position for less than quarter pot. My goodness.
Yeah. Nice lay down there by Phoenix. He smells something fishy, I think. So Mary's in the box tonight. We didn't give her I don't think we've given her enough shout out. Mary makes she makes a lot. I don't know if anybody's mentioned it when she's been in the box. She makes cut cards for a lot of the dealers here at TCH. They're actually metal. Look at what the tens. Look at what the tens. They're actually metal cut cards with pictures on them. I actually have mine with me now. I'll show you guys after the hand here. Look at what the tens. Paige has got 10 in a row. She's all in. Paige is going to be in some serious trouble here. It's not looking good. She's got a 10 and Luca's got 2. She's not happy about this. She's in big trouble looking for a lot of deuces. That's not it.
Yeah, running deuce is the only way out here, and it's not going to come for Paige, so she will finish as our 7th place finisher, taking home $1,750. Congrats on the deep run there, Paige. Excuse me, yeah, 1575 rather.
There it is, yeah, 1575. Congratulations going out to Paige. Handcuffed pretty much all night long. Coming in short stacked and card dead, and managed to make it to 7th. You know, not too bad, not too bad. You know, all things considered, she didn't have much play. And John moving up here. I know he was down. He's like, see, John, is that right? John moved up to 1. Did I see that right?
I'm not sure exactly what you're asking, but
Well, John was down near the bottom. I think he's moved up, right?
no, still down near the bottom. I mean, now there's sort of like 3 stacks that all have like 600K, but that's
Okay.
15 big blinds.
I didn't get to see it went too fast. I didn't see the numbers, but it looked like he moved up.
Yeah, I mean, just barely. It's by fractions of a big blind, basically. As the 3 bottom stacks are all basically tied.
Yeah, that makes sense because I didn't really see him take down any big pot. I know he doubled up through Page. 3, 4, 5.
A little something for everybody.
Yeah,
here.
a little
pair,
something.
9
Yeah.
kicking though for Phoenix.
2 with top pair and middle pair and straight draws. Luke will make the call. King is not going to help him. Still looking for 3, 6, or 7. Or 4, I guess.
120.
Yeah, running diamonds would have helped Page on that last hand. But didn't come.
$500,000 in the middle, and We will not be chopping this up. 9 is playing. And a quick check. Luca will show the 5-7, but quickly realize that, nope, that 9 is kicking.
And 9's going to play.
Damn, what they do? They feel sorry for you today?
They did. Every day they do. Every day holiday. Thank you.
Yeah, I'm looking at the numbers now, John. Yeah, it's just fraction.
All right, ace deuce for Pedge. Not going to pull the trigger. And, I mean, 15 big blinds is definitely not very much, but we saw Paige do it with her 10 big blinds where she opened with the king, queen. It's definitely not just like mandatory jam when everyone is pretty short. And in particular, like the chip leader, if they double you up, is basically swapping places with you. So they're not just like going to run you over. So definitely would like to see these players continue to, you know, play poker, not just rip it or fold.
Phoenix going to flop 2 pair here. Bottom 2.
70.
Going to lead out here. 70,000. Think Luca will make the call here.
Yeah, looks like
Yeah.
he's going to float.
Yeah. An ace might. Phoenix here will probably make a bet. I don't think Luca will make a call here. I think the ace will be a little scary.
200.
Half pot from Phoenix. And yeah, Luca going to take 1 off, but now this board is getting pretty bad for the queen high. No chance to improve. And he'll let it go.
He'll lay it down. So there it is. Mary, maybe 20 hands here. Mary, let's see. Where is it? Want to try to show the cut cards that she makes.
Well, I know how good you run against draws.
Yeah, they're kind of cool. They got they're made of metal, and she puts pictures. You can any picture you want from your phone, you send them to her, and she puts a picture on the cut card. They're pretty cool.
Very neat.
Yeah, I got a couple myself. I even got my kids. I got them a couple too. But they're really nice. I got myself a couple. I was in a hurry when I left. I didn't put it in the car. I put my cut card in my pocket. I didn't usually keep it in the car.
3 players.
All right, min raise from Colby on the button. Both blinds make the call. Middle pair for Luca out of the small blind is the best hand, and he is going to
65.
lead straight out.
Yeah. See where he is. He wants to see where he is. See if anybody's got anything. Anybody else got anything of it? You see Phoenix holding on to a slight lead there over Luca. Kobe bringing up the third spot there. John still battling. And John's been at the final table many times. He's not panicked. As you can see him there, he doesn't look concerned. He's not panicking. Showing a lot of patience. Luca going to raise with the ace king and take it down. Yeah, John looks very relaxed there, as you can see, very relaxed in the seat, in the 9 seat.
You got a big one?
Waiting for his time.
It's always nice to have a big
Hand number 48, guys. Hand number 48. What time is it? It's getting up there, almost 9:30.
Yeah, we've been cooking along, though, live for just about an hour and a half, a little bit longer. And these players already down to the final 6.
Crazy how strong this final 6 is.
Yeah, let me see if I can. They've done some changes here since I've last been in here, Salty. Let's see if I could get it to come up, and I'll show you guys the cut card.
Actually, a great. I'm telling my girl, I was like, I think I gotta play this every weekend. Just that I be up so late on Friday night. I gotta get home till 5 a.m.
All right, Simon opens from the cutoff. John makes the call on the button with the Queen 8 of diamonds, and that will invite Pej to come along as well. So
yeah, with the 7-6. Couple of diamonds for John here with an 8. See, well, I'm very interested to see what John does here. Yeah, he's going to double check, make sure. Yeah, I got 2 diamonds. I got an 8. There it is, the all in from John. And Luca will tell him I was just kidding. And he will throw it away. And John will take it down. All right, guys, here it is. You see it's metal. And this is my cut card. That's me and Brittany on there. Me and Brittany. That's what they look like. It's kind of cool.
Well, you know what?
Guys.
Maybe I should have just.
Nice.
Yeah.
No, I'm saying I can have a lot of turns. I have two big. I have two big clubs in the final here. So nice, lots of nice little turn balls. I can just rip city on you.
Yeah.
So John picking up some much needed chips there on that last one. No longer the shortest stack. Wow, Luca folding an ace, but for good reason, as James here waking up with the ace queen on the button.
Yeah, Salty, they're really nice. I've had this one for a long time. You know, they hold up. They're holding up pretty well. No, Lego. It's not. It's a picture into the metal. It's not a sticker. It's awesome. I mean, and she charges $10, which is a great price. So you know, if there's any dealers out there, you know, that work here at TCH that don't know, you know. All right, we have it all in here. James all in.
Yeah, this is Phoenix actually jamming from the big blind, and he's going to connect with the top pair here. So now James behind.
Looking for an ace or queen. Ace or queen, and there it is. Wow. On the river. James. Doubling up. Yeah, I mean, Salty, I had no problems going at hit for $10. Um, there it is. James doubling up through Phoenix. James moving up the list.
Yeah, absolutely. Now up over just a smidge over 30 big blinds, but we are 2 minutes away from another level up, and we're going to go to 25 and 50K. So it'll be a little bit more gentle of an increase in comparison to the previous ones, but it just makes these players ever that much shorter. So we're going to continue to see the chips flying. Pedge here, the shortest stack as of right now, and for the next few minutes, going to be working with 11, 12 big blinds. And Luca here going to limp under the gun, suited connector.
Seen some solid play tonight, Aaron. I know Colby was really active there early in the final table. It's kind of calmed down. Haven't really seen much from him as he looks down with the King 5 of diamonds.
Yeah, pretty good spot to just check and take a flop. You'll get to play out of position with a hand that connects decently well. King
There it
high
is.
still best after this flop, but see how Simon approaches this. He will min bet. And wow, just like that, King high goes into the muck. 8 high like a boss for Simon.
There it is. And not only does Mary do a great job with these cut cards, she's, as you can see, she's very solid in the box doing the next. I think she was here. I got here, I think, 3 months after the Dallas room opened up. I think she was one of the few people that was here before me. I'm not really sure. I think maybe she was. John going to throw away to King 10. Pej, as you can see, checking out the scoreboard there behind the dealer. If you look up in the very, very top left, you can see just a small little piece of the TV there. And you see a lot of the players looking up, checking out the tournament boards. You know, it has the payouts and the time and how many. It's got all the information you need. If you're a tournament player, you know what I'm talking about.
All right, Pedge all in. 11.5 big blinds from the cutoff, and that is going to get through the blinds.
Yeah, 25, 50, 50 guys.
And there we go. Level is up. 25, 50, and 50. Pedge, even after winning that last hand, once again, 11 big blinds.
James, you're going to look down a nice little starting hand, but he's under the gun and will elect not to play it. Pej here. Not going to play the suited 9-7.
Yeah, that's a very tight laydown under the gun. King Jack suited. I mean, one of the chip leaders, and yeah, I'm very surprised to see that. But Colby here on the button, looking at a suited ace of his own, is going to open, not raise all in. But we'll get the same result.
I don't know about that, Paul. I think maybe he just didn't want to really play under the gun, you know. Yeah, okay. All right, guys, coming up on hand number 53 here. Down to the final 6. 178 guys. Appreciate you tuning in, checking it out. Mitch Lloyd here in Dallas. And Aaron down there in Austin. Again, I keep wanting to say Houston. Why do I do that?
Austin, Houston, yeah, they kind of roll off the tongue about the same.
But here we are, Saturday night, guys. Final table, Dallas, Texas. Texas Card House. John going to raise it up here. Is that a raise? Raise it up. I don't think James is going to throw this one away. See how he wants to do it.
That many, he says.
Yeah, there it is.
300.
As you heard Mary tell us. Raise it at the 300. I don't see John making the call here, even with the diamonds. Doesn't like that deuce. And he'll throw it away. James going to take it down with the ace-king. So, guys, if you're in the chat, there's 184 of you. Appreciate it. Who you pulling for tonight? Who you think's going to take this down? We're down to the final 6. Aaron, who you got taking it down?
I mean, not only does Simon have the chip lead right now, but I think from what I've seen and my experience playing with him, he's definitely got the most sort of presence here at the table. And I think it's his tournament, but we'll see if he can bring it home, because it is a very much turbo format, and it really doesn't matter if you're in the zone, locked in, the most experience, whatever. You're gonna have to get lucky. You're gonna have to make hands, and you're gonna have to avoid some nasty situations. John here is going to put in the raise with his 2 queens, and I mean, Simon, of course, not going to be suffering too much as he has an easy fold. But, yeah, you have a couple of these where you open and have to fold, and all of a sudden you don't have the chip lead anymore.
Well, there it is. John, who was short stacked not that long ago, developed some kind of a heater going on right now. He's starting to climb up the board here a little bit. We're getting a lot of love in the chat for Colby here. As some for James. I got to tell you, seeing how you took Simon, I got to take someone else. Not. Colby's getting a lot of love in the chat, and I like that. He's very solid. And easily I think it could be the final 2.
Okay.
But I think I'm going to go with the Phoenix. I'm going with Phoenix.
All right, I like it.
I think he's been solid the whole time we've been at the final table. I haven't really seen too much stutter from him. Yeah, I'm going with Phoenix. I'm going with Phoenix and Simon, maybe the final 2.
Yeah, no, I think Phoenix has played very well. He's certainly not afraid to put chips in the middle, and that can be very beneficial for making the deep run, right? It's like, if Phoenix looks down at the King-Jack suited in any position, right, like there's no chance he's folding that. He's just, got a different gear there. Much more in the vein with Simon, I would say. And, you get down to 6-handed, then 5-handed, 4-handed. You're just going to see a lot of rags. There's just no 2 ways about it. And if you're a little bit too locked into that mindset of I only raise if I have sort of premium holdings, you're just going to get blinded down, right? And so many people have sort of experienced that or seen it or whatever over the years as we've enjoyed this game. But yeah, you kind of need to have that gear in mind of like, well, I'm going to be looking down at a whole bunch of crap, so may as well get used to the fact and just continue to play.
Well, I did like Colby. Yeah, he out of the gate, he was impressive out of the gate. It's kind of died down a little bit, but Um, yeah, he got my attention early out of the when the final table started. Um, but I think Phoenix for this final table, for me, what I've been seeing, he's been solid from the start here. So we'll see. Hey, we're 57 hands in, down in the final 6. Let's see what happens here. Blinds are at 25, 50, and 50.
Edge here. Premium hand for 9 big blinds. Gonna wager all but 40,000. And Phoenix will make the call with a dominating king. Still has 665 behind. And yeah, this sort of looks a little bit trappy.
Yeah.
But it doesn't really matter. Ace-6 probably wasn't going to get involved anyways. As it stands, there is one additional bet of 40,000 to go across the line at some point, and it does as a formality. Here we go. King high flush draw for Pej, so evens the score a little bit here. Statistical coin flip going to the turn and river.
And there it is,
bingo.
right on the turn. Wow.
Yeah, lock it up for Pej. The meaningless queen of clubs comes on the river, but Phoenix is going to double up another player.
Wow.
And is now down to about 12 and a half big blinds himself now.
Wow. So as soon as I pick him, I put the kibosh on him.
Yeah, certainly got it in ahead, but was not able to hold. The flush draw coming through. And yeah, that's kind of the name of the game here, given the size of these blinds. Get it in, hope to win some crucial pots, and see if you can make a run at it.
Has all been there. I appreciate it. Thank you. He's pulling for Simon tonight. Somebody said Simon. Who was it? I just saw it. Somebody said it looks like Ted Cruz. I can see it a little bit. I can see it.
All right, limp and a check. Pair of 8s for Simon.
8s. All right. Coming up on hand number 60 here. Holding around to Luca.
John here, ace-8 offsuit. Would love to see a 3-bet here, but he's gonna just make the call.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
And wow, James waking up with a premium.
And how's he playing this? I'll see. He's raising.
You lagged him on. You said he's about to start re-raising.
I told you, I know. I told him to y'all though. I thought we was cool, but.
Well, James doesn't need to change what he's doing because he's just going to keep getting some big hands and put the chips in there while he's got the goods. No takers on that one, but he still adds to his lead. Up now 1.7 million, smidge over 32, 33 big blinds, let's call it.
All right, Phoenix with a king, queen of hearts here. He's going to raise it up. Little min raise.
Yeah, I'm starting to think I might.
John's going to throw away a couple of hearts himself there.
I'm gonna get there.
All right, this could be trouble here. This could be interesting.
Really that bad?
It's really, you have no idea. Where are you from? I'm from Colorado.
Yeah, seems inevitable.
Yeah.
All in.
All in. There it is. Okay, the all in. Phoenix got to make. He's got to make the call, right, Aaron?
Oh, this is much too big of a hand to be folding.
Yeah.
I had a really crazy spot.
Oh
Yeah.
my goodness.
Wow. There it is.
Yeah, I mean, Pedge is definitely representing strength, but I don't know.
I got Dennis hand was so good.
Wow.
I decked blind versus blind, 26 left. I fought the nuts. I have
Says he'll find a better spot with 10 big blinds still remaining in his stack.
Well, let's see.
I'm like,
That is a big difference. I mean, not really. I mean, between 6 and 5.
perfect. I'm just letting them bet.
Yeah,
Next person.
the jump is basically the same as what we've
Yeah.
already been seeing, a couple $100. Fifth to fourth, it starts to get a little bit meatier, but then it really goes up after that.
Right afterwards, I was like, why did they do this to me? They beat me and then they give it away. It's 50K.
Simon going to look down at King 10 here.
What were you trying to do so I know?
I was trying to read. Obviously.
The inadvertent limp here.
Edge not interested. And there's the all in for Phoenix.
I run back.
Well,
Yeah, honestly, I mean, Simon saved himself a few chips because if he'd raised, I think it was just one more blind gone.
yeah.
Wilson, I don't fucking know what I want at this point.
Honestly.
I don't know if I
You
want
would
to
have told me
go.
you had king queen there, I would probably have to.
What?
You told me you had king queen.
No, I did not have it.
Thank you, Poker AD. It is me. RJ and Eric are out of town. Eric, from what I understand, is making it to day 2 in the tournament down in Florida,
That's right, kicking off tomorrow afternoon.
down in Hollywood. Yeah. James getting some love there in the chat. John go to raise here with King 10. He'll take it down. John, no stranger to the final table. He's been here many times. It's been a while since I've been in the booth here. I do watch a lot. Emily and I'll get home and get down some dinner and sit down in front of the TV. We'll turn it on.
I was like, at the start of this tournament, if you said it was these.
But you see, as far as I mean, I've seen a lot of the guys here make the final table, but nobody stands out more to me than John. John's made, a lot that I've seen. He's got Ace King here. He's going to raise it up. James and Pej not going to participate. There's the fold. Phoenix with a couple of 6s here. What do you think, Aaron?
Well, I said the king queen was too much hand to fold, and I was like, I'm not going to say it again because I think he's capable of the fold. He does find the fold.
See, I'm calling there.
You're calling. You're not jamming.
That's what I meant. I'm not calling. I'm jamming.
Oh,
Yes.
okay.
Yeah, I'm jamming.
Yeah, I mean, I would have been all in as well.
And if he does, then Luca doesn't call. I don't think he calls. His heads up, and his 6s hold.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just guys. I'm just back for the night. Cooper was cool enough to call me and ask me to fill in. I appreciate that, Cooper. I appreciate that. RJ and Eric out of town. And looks like we're going to have a dealer change here. Mary is out. Mary, excellent job, excellent job. And I do appreciate the cut cards that you provide. But hopefully make it get you some business tonight. Excellent, excellent cut cards. Looks like we have Brandy. Is that who we got coming in?
Not too sure.
Oh, really?
Another top-notch dealer here at TCH. Guys, we have 197 of you tuning in. Again, we appreciate that. Aaron down in Austin. There was no hesitation there. I got that one. I made sure I had that one right, Aaron.
Nailed it.
There it is. I set it up, though. 5 minutes ago, I set it up.
Practice makes perfect.
We are down to the final 6 guys here tonight. House here in Dallas. We got James in C1, Pej in, I guess, is that 2? I guess. We'll give him 2. He's kind of in between 2 and 3 over there. Phoenix. And seat 4, I guess. Colby there. Who else we got? Simon and John. Down to the final 6, guys. I'm going to get a raise here, and there it is. And just like that, Brandy's making it happen here.
Yeah, another 10 minutes in this level. 3 players virtually tied for the short stack on about 10 bigs. And even James and Luca here on the chip lead, they're just about 30, 32, 33 big blinds. So yeah, everybody's short. I think our next level up is only going to go to 30-60. And then we'll probably go 40-80, 50-100. So the next jump won't be that significant, but then it'll get kind of juicy again. So we'll presumably have some consolidation here in the next, let's say, 30 to 50 minutes would be my guess.
Two 10s here with an ace. James going to hit the jack there on the turn. Let's see what he wants to do about it. Oh, he's already checked. I didn't see.
Small bet here from Pej, just
to see,
trying to deny equity.
See where he is, you know.
Wow, what a run out Broadway for Pej.
Wow.
Quick check from James once again. We'll see if Pej can get anything out of his opponent. It does go for the small bet, 1/3 pot, but James not having it.
Yeah, he's like, nah. Let's see. Guys, for those of you just tuning in, here it is again, the payouts tonight. We are down to 6 players, so the next person now is going to get 18-20. And they're all battling for the top prize here, $12,405.
5 buy-ins for the next player out. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
140 some players entered this tournament total.
Kobe going to look down at a couple of 7s here. He's going to go all in with them. See if he gets John going to make the call. Two players still behind him, and he makes the call. He's all in, too. I'm sorry. He's all in for a little bit more.
I know, right? Now's the chop.
Pej, he saw the king. He's like, two of clubs. Come on. All right, so here it is. Heads up action. Colby sevens against John's 8-9 of diamonds. Colby with a slight edge. Just has to fade an ace and diamonds. There's a diamond in the window, but only one. No ace, no nine. Uh-oh, straight draw. Six of clubs. Colby's sevens will hold.
And yeah, John gonna go down to 15,000. I mean, this is the old chip in a chair routine right here.
Bro, I have the most positive mindset ever. I smile through it all.
I don't know how you took the 6-7.
I don't think you get it. I don't think you understand the shit I go through just in general.
No, but like you talk about all you gotta be.
I don't talk about it. He brought it up. I said, wow, you brought it up. I
think you think about him too.
Ace nine. Jamming with the ace nine suited.
You can't have a super positive mindset if you're thinking about your man.
Just got a text message, Aaron, from a friend of mine back in Baltimore. Apparently he's tuning in.
All right.
Gil, shout out to my friend Gil. One of the many people that I do miss back in Baltimore. A lot of great people back there. I met in the poker room and, around.
You can't be hoarding the trash bags.
I do have a buddy in Michigan that has the worst mindset.
But Gil's always a pleasure at the table. Gil, always a pleasure dealing to you.
All right, John is in for his last 15.
James going to make the call with his sixes.
I think he definitely should be isolating here with the sixes, raising it up. Otherwise,
yeah,
he's going to have to do battle with a whole heck of a lot more than one player, and that is the case. Here we go, 4 ways to a flop.
Yeah, I think they just want to get John out. I think let's just see a flop and go from there. And there's a 6. There's a 6 for James. See how he handles this. He's going to make a bet. I think he's bet. Everybody else is folding. Yeah, we can't see what he bet. They don't have it up there. But he's all. No, anyway, we're heads up. John needs a lot of help here.
Yeah, gonna need to see a very specific card on the turn, and it doesn't come. So, GG to James. Or excuse me, to John. James is gonna win the pot.
Yeah, James go take it down. And there it is. Hats off to John. John's gonna be taking. Let's see how much is he. How much did we say he was taking home? All right, there it is. He's gonna finish 6. And he's going to take home $1,820. Congratulations, John. Always a pleasure seeing you at the table, young man. And now we are down to the final 5. James, the silent assassin over there. Very quiet. Playing his game. James over there playing his game.
Look at this. How we gamble so much and look at them.
These old folks looking good.
Gambling makes you age, though.
110.
Yeah.
So Pez, you're going to raise it up here. Colby trying to figure out what exactly he wants to do with these queens.
Moneymaker, Phil Ivey, and Winstar Freeman. Those are the original heroes.
At Warstar?
Yeah, Winstar.
Or Winstar.
20th, yeah.
I heard that place was jumping back in the day.
Yeah, writing on the wall here for Pej. He'll let it go, and Colby will pick up the pot. Got a question here from DIA. What place was the money bubble? Well, let's see. There were 148 entries, and I presume. Well, actually, I think I've still got the clock up here on Poker Atlas. Actually, it
I
has
know who was the
refreshed.
bubble.
That's right. We found that out earlier, didn't we? Mr.
Yeah, Bart was the
Bart.
bubble. There's Gil in the chat. Thank you, Gil. Appreciate it.
All right, I'm going to pull the clock up here, and we'll get that question answered. Let's see here. So, Money Bubble was at 18, so 18 players did receive a payout of the 148 entries.
Phoenix here going all in, Aaron, with the ace queen. And he's going to take it down.
Yeah, now back-to-back hands. Pej opening, getting jammed on, and he now drifts down to 4th position. Still relatively healthy, though, on 20 big blinds.
Is James taking over the first place chip lead for the first time tonight?
No, he's been in the chip lead off and on here as of late. But yeah, everyone is, within a few blinds of each other here, seemingly at the top and the bottom. Pej, though, right back in the saddle. He's going to keep trying it. Third time's the charm is what they say, and so far, so good.
Was that Lego saying, did you finish 19th? Is that what you're saying, Lego?
Yeah, they're really, especially
I think he was trying to answer the question from the chat about the money bubble.
Okay. Well, that's a nice little flop there for Pej.
Yeah, middle pair and a flush draw with the betting lead. And yeah, Luca here has flopped the dummy end of the gut shot, so he probably won't be continuing for any wager.
There it is. He'll take it down.
I used to have a friend that was good friends with someone.
And Penka in the chat, where can you find out more about the Thanksgiving tournament? Well, a couple of places. First and foremost, you can go to, check it out right there on your screen. Then you can also go to Poker Atlas on the app. You can find all the information on there for that as well. Texas Card House Dallas on Poker Atlas will have that information under the tournaments tab. And then, of course, you can always go to texascardhouse.com, navigate to the Dallas page, and there will be a breakdown for you there as well.
Very nicely done, Aaron. Very, very nicely done. All the good information.
That's right.
Excellent. Phoenix here raising it up with 10 queen of diamonds. James, what's he going to do with his deuces here? There it is, making the call. Oh, that's right. We just already established Bart was number 19. That's right. I just said that. Pej making the call.
All right, middle pair for Phoenix is the best hand at the moment and does have the betting lead. Going to get 2 checks to him. And yeah, maybe if Pej had a heart, he could dream about continuing, but it just really doesn't make a lot of sense here given how shallow the stacks are to go floating.
He'll throw it away, and Phoenix will take another one down. Looks like he's getting close to $1 million, back to $1 million again, I think, is he? Let's see.
Yeah, everybody right around $1 million.
Yeah.
All right, these players are going to go on a 5-minute break, which leaves a little space for Mitch and I to tell you about some of the cool things that are going on around here. We just saw that flyer up on screen for the even bigger one, 250K guarantee tournament at TCH Dallas, kicking off in just a couple of days. That'll be running through Thanksgiving all the way up until December 1st, which will have the final table live streamed here on TCH Live. Got a bunch of different opportunities to get in, including on Thanksgiving Day, one starting flight at 5 p.m. And yeah, that should be one heck of a great tournament. 250K guaranteed in that one, with a double bag bonus of $1,000 and a triple bag bonus where you'll either get all of your buy-ins back or $2,500, whichever is greater. So go ahead and start firing in that starting Monday the 24th and see who can bag the biggest. Also have the Trailblazer Poker Tour in full swing down there in spring. The main event actually going to have the final flights, I believe, underway right now, unless there's a turbo flight in the morning. Didn't actually check the schedule for that one, but you can scan the QR code there or go to Poker Atlas the Poker Atlas app to check out the schedule there. But day 2 of that 500K guarantee main event going to be kicking off tomorrow. And the final table of that will be live streamed Monday as well. So all sorts of great big tournaments to play in, and find your way here onto the channel at the final tables.
Don't forget the Trailblazer Tour, still going on. Where's it at? It's coming up here for those of you listening down in the Rio Grande Valley, it's coming up right here, right around Christmas, right after Christmas.
That's right.
And then starting in the first of the year, it's going to be down in Texas. And then it's going to be back up to where we are, back up to us in February.
Yeah, and then all culminating in that final stop at TCH Social in Austin that got pushed back just a little bit, April 6th through the 27th, because did you hear the big news here? The WSOP circuit is coming through Austin next year.
I saw it on Facebook. I saw it on yesterday. You got more information on that?
So the dates and the schedule, like the full breakdown, is not released yet. But what we can confirm is that a WSOP circuit stop will be coming through Austin early next year. So very exciting. And
that is, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, for anybody who travels up to Choctaw or goes to any of the other circuit stops, maybe down to New Orleans or whatnot, like, how much energy and buzz there is at these stops.
Yeah.
How many cool tournaments there are. There's usually like an opening weekend, big multi-flight tournament with a big guarantee. And then the main event, of course, always a 1,700 million guarantee or more. We'll see. But it should be a really exciting time, and we're very pleased to have it coming through Austin.
I'm going to assume sometime during the course of next year we'll have it here in Dallas. I'm hoping anyway. I've dealt the circuit event in Baltimore. I went out to the main event in Vegas. That's 2016. It is a lot of fun. It's actually a lot more fun to play. Out in Vegas, dealing it was just crazy. I mean, so many people out there, was just crazy. Circuit events, they're a lot of fun. Baltimore was a lot of fun. A lot of the local people are playing. A lot of people coming in from all over. It's a lot of fun. So hopefully we'll get one here in Dallas too. That'd be awesome.
Yeah, heck yeah. Of course, we'll always have more Poker Atlas tour stops coming through as well. Just finished up the one down here in Austin a couple of weeks ago.
Did you play in any tournament, any events?
I played in just about every event, Mitch. Yeah, from start to finish, I was in there battling for points and, trying to win a trophy. I did make 3 final tables and was able to make top 10 in the points hunt, but I did not come down with any trophies. And, the main event was particularly rough on me. So
if you make a final tables, you cash it, and you're in the top 10. Did you say in points?
Yeah, I finished in 8th overall for points. Yeah,
that's impressive.
Yeah, it was a good showing, but you know, you play for 60, 70 hours in a row, basically just, you know, butt in a seat playing cards nonstop, and then you know, you can play a lot of poker, you can buy in a lot of times, and even a couple of deep runs aren't going to quite even it all out. So yeah, it takes a toll on you. But it was fun, great tournament, really well managed. Of course, tournament staff here in Austin puts on one heck of a great show, and yeah, look forward to more Poker Atlas series coming through.
Well, it looks like they're getting ready to come back here shortly. So before they do, I'd like to get another little shout out, because you know a lot of cash players do turn in and watch for a little bit. You know, so a little shout out to Rebecca, guys. If you're interested in a big O or love drama hall, it's a great game. Kids get together, and every time we get together, you know, we all have poker tables at our house. We always end up playing drama hall. It's a favorite of the families, and so there you have it on Thursdays. If you're interested, get a hold of Beck, a very nice lady, one hell of a poker player too, by the way. But yeah, if you guys are interested, check that out. Give her a call, and we are back. Luca's got a couple of fours. Pej got a four of his own with a king, but I don't really see him making a call, even out of the small blind, right?
Definitely not a call. If anything, it would be a raise. But I think every once in a while you can do this against a button open, but with the big blind. Oh no, the big blind's not at the table. That's what he was thinking about. Okay.
Wow.
So it was a quick 7-minute break, and the players were told, you know, cards will be back in the air here very quickly. But it looks like a couple of the folks took their time and missed the first hand. Potentially, Colby going to miss a second hand.
Yeah, it was pretty brutal there for Phoenix. And being a short stack, missed out on a big blind here. You know, on a rare occasion when that happens to me, I'm a little frustrated. But I'm sure he can shake it off.
Yeah, it always creates a very strange dynamic at the table, too, when someone in the blind isn't there. I think I've seen more just like crazy psycho hands play out because of that than
Yeah.
in any other scenario.
It can affect the play, no doubt about it. But usually when you get down to the final table, you know, it doesn't happen as much, you know. People missing their blinds.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I'm not sure if Colby, you know, thought it was a 15-minute break or something like one of the previous ones, but yeah, gonna go all the way through the blinds without seeing a hand.
Brutal. And, you know, just for the record, you don't want to miss a hand when you're on your button either. You know, that's more frustrating, I think. Just as frustrating, I guess.
Colby just folded ace queen because he wasn't there, and Simon
Wow.
had pocket queens. We could have seen an
Wow.
all-in confrontation.
Wow. Wow.
Maybe it's a good thing he's not at the table, huh?
And there it is. Maybe it is. Maybe it is.
Well, no matter how you shake it out, he did just go down 150K and is continuing to get dealt out. That man is enjoying one heck of a break out there.
Well, you know. Well, I see Pej over there looking for him. Looks like he's going to. I don't know if they're friends, but it looks like he. Oh, look at this. Queens and now Jacks.
Yeah, a little post-break heater here for Simon.
Yeah. Phoenix going to try to raise it up with Jack 4. And Luca's got 2 Jacks of his own.
Can't beat that.
60-60.
There he
All
is.
right. He's back.
They're crazy.
He was 3.
He had Jackson Queens in the blind.
Yeah, and I did have queens and big blind. Did you really?
All right. Colby takes inventory of his remaining chips as he sits down, sees what the damage was, and over
James
to
here.
James.
Now James he's been very quiet there. The whole final table sitting there in seat 1. But he's been making a lot of noise as of late. I think he's starting to get the attention of all these guys. Going to raise it up here.
Honestly, you're a smart man. You're a smart man.
Jack high flop.
I wanted
No
to
help.
bracelet. That was my strategy. I used to smoke about a week. I would purposely come back.
Pej in deep trouble here.
Every single time. He's a buster. I had chips, so I could just.
Yeah, I've done it earlier.
My boy was. My boy was so tilted that I.
Yeah, I was trying to figure out if he could do anything else other than a fold.
Yeah, just not enough connection with that board.
Exactly.
Yeah. So James will take it down, guys. We got we're back just now back from break. Blinds are 30, 60, 60. Hand number 77, guys. 154 watching. Appreciate that. Aaron down in Austin. Mitch here in Dallas on location. Pej here with Jack 9 in the small blind. Everybody else folded. Look for him to do something. I'm not expecting a call. He's going to raise a little bit. You think, Aaron?
Well, I think it's all in or just limp, given the short stack nature of Phoenix.
Yeah. And there it is. Phoenix all in with the King Jack of Hearts. I don't see a call here from Pej.
Yeah, I mean, when you don't jam it yourself, you're sort of giving yourself the fold button here. Jack 9, it never feels great to jam this hand, especially when your opponent just like snaps you off. Like you sometimes just have like 2 unders, and that's a pretty nasty place to be. But you know, does just lose the extra half blind, and that's it.
Well, Aaron, your pick sits as number 1, a chip leader with quickly approaching 2 million. My pick is not.
Yeah, but this game, it'll change very quickly. Not to say that I don't still think that Simon is the favorite here, but I mean, you can imagine that either Pej or Phoenix doubles up through Simon, right? And like they've literally just traded stacks.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, I'm not giving up on Phoenix. Still very solid, and he just has a little bit farther to go than the rest. He's still my pick.
Yeah. All right, Colby releases the suited king there. Didn't like the 2.5x open, perhaps. The size discouraging him from continuing to a flop. But yeah, there's just no real separation between any of these players other than Simon, and even he can't really suffer too much damage before dropping down. So anybody's game yet.
Well, obviously, like 7, 9, 8, 10, 8 suited, those hands.
Mine is 8-5 of spades. I love that. Why? I make straight play. I make both.
Pej going to look down here at Queen 10.
No, I chickened out. It was 8-5 of spades. I raised in late position, and I get a call.
Phoenix not happy with the King Deuce, will throw it away. Colby. See what he wants to do with the 6-3 suited. Looks Looks like he's just going to try to limp in. All right.
Always a good time to limp when the guy in the big blind is telling a story. You know?
I'm going to have to remember what to put that in my notes there.
That's right.
I try to learn everything I can from this all the time, watching this, listening to you guys. You know, hell, even when I come in, early, I watch some of the games going on. I talk to some of the players. You know,
Out of position there, like, and I don't have like hot block.
I saw a lot of solid players when I came in here. La was here. She was. I think she busted out maybe 12th or 11th. I really didn't get a chance to see what happened. I came in, I looked around, and then I sat down to eat, and she was gone.
Yeah.
So I don't really know what happened. I have no doubt she got it in good, though.
Happens to the best.
No doubt. Phoenix here going to raise it up, I think, with King 10. Yeah, go raise it up. Luca thinking about doing something here. Maybe just a call. What do you think?
I mean, seemingly that would be the play, but the hand is very dusty. I'm not too sure what he was thinking about there, but maybe thinking that if he calls like James just always calls, like virtually never raises unless he's super top of range. So 8-7 connected, whatever. But yeah, he didn't belong in there, and sure enough.
Well, this could have been a double up for Phoenix, except the ace there. But James does have a club with his king.
Yeah, one big blind bet, leaving himself 505 behind. No change on the turn, so the 10 kicker is the difference here.
Wow.
And
Check,
we'll see
check.
that river card, no change.
So Phoenix is going to get the check mark.
But James leads
is
for 100. Yeah.
Yeah, Phoenix guy, he got to make the call there. He'll take it down.
Very interesting. I'm not so sure, what the play was there from James, like what worse hand calls him, but also the small bet. If you're gonna bet, should be small.
Yeah.
I mean, what else? It's just so weird. I had 4-6.
All right, so James and Phoenix equalizing after that hand, and Phoenix will wake up with 2 red jacks very next hand.
Yeah, he's not going to go goal. He's going to try to get some value out of this hand. See if he can get a call and maybe hit a jack or have a flop with no other picture cards. See what he can do here. Pej has a suited ace. Not really interested in giving Phoenix any of his chips, 650,000 chips here.
Pej trying to decide if this is enough of a hand to go with.
There's the all. He didn't like the snap call. That's for sure for Phoenix. He didn't like the snap call. He knew he was kind of in trouble there. So Pej is going to be looking for an ace or some hearts here. And Phoenix has a heart himself, so let's see what happens. Go to the flop here. All diamonds. It does pick up a straight draw, a deuce or an ace, and no. Phoenix is going to double up.
He's going to eliminate Pej, actually. Had him covered by just a little bit. And Bingo, bango. There's our 6th place finisher.
All right. Let's see see how much he's gonna be taking home here.
Excuse me, 5th place finisher even.
Yeah, there it is. 5th place. Pej gonna be taking home $2,175. Congratulations. He played very solid poker all night long.
Yeah, really great showing from Pej. I thought he played very well. Just a tough spot there. Yeah, you're just not going to see very many premium hands. Ace-4 suited makes a lot of sense to go for it. Hope that your opponent is a little bit lighter, maybe the king jack, the king queens, queen jack suiteds, whatever. But yep, just doesn't quite go his way. And a good showing though. So these 4 remaining players going to continue battling to see who will take home $12,400 and first place accolades. 10-9 versus pocket 5s here to a flop. Heads up, Colby's still best.
Colby's going to check that. And there it is, just like that. I think if he would have maybe bet, he could have gotten Phoenix to go away. But he checks, and now Phoenix hits the turn.
A pretty decent looking board here for a bluff catch with the 5s as well. So Phoenix gonna assemble a wager. 165. And it looks like Colby has either already called or, yeah, he had flicked a chip out there. Nobody really noticed it, but he was calling instantly, and he's going to have to pay it off.
Actually, I get more nervous in cash games when I
Phoenix taking down the last 2 hands.
those spots when I feel like I'm a little.
And look at that.
And I do lose, I try not to even look at the
30,
run.
60, 60.
I think because it's instant cash.
There's a direct dollar amount.
Yeah, like 20K pot.
All right, guys, we are down to the final 4 here.
Equities are changing like instantly on the turn.
Coming up on 10:30 Saturday night, guys. By the way, getting ready for the holiday. The Thanksgiving holiday is coming up. Guys, we do have a promotion going on here at the Texas Card House for those of you who do come in and play and are listening. 4 cans. Bring in 4 canned goods. You get 4, what is it? 4 hours for $44. Is that what it is?
I think that sounds right.
The thing is, you're helping people, and that's the best thing of it all, But 4 hours for $44. You bring in 4 cans, guys. Both locations once a day, all through the whole month of November. Not just up until Thanksgiving, but for the whole month. So, guys, come on out and play. Bring the canned goods. Help people. $4 for 4 hours for $44. It's a great promotion, guys. Just helping people is always a cool thing. I always encourage my kids to help people all the time.
Yeah, it's a great thing, especially around this time of year. It's getting a little chillier out there, and, folks need a good warm meal. So that is, a very admirable thing to do. Definitely encourage it, and it's a great way to turn some of the cans that might be hanging around in your cupboard into some hours at the card room as well.
Yeah, I also saw some back boxes of mac and cheese, So it doesn't necessarily have to be canned goods, guys. Bring in some mac and cheese, I know they have those noodles, and you know what I'm saying. Non-perishable stuff, guys. Bring it in, get the hours, help people. It's a cool thing. You guys are doing that down in Austin too, right, Aaron?
Yes, sir.
I know we've been doing it since we've been open, and I'm always impressed. The guys, the players here, always, always do a great job. It takes like 9 of us. When we take it to the food bank, it takes like 9 of us. So, guys, continue doing that. It's always it's an awesome thing. And so we'll be back to the game now. Phoenix here with ace-7 suited. Going to raise it up. James with the call. James going to hit the 6, but there are out there. Phoenix says it's the wrong black. He had clubs there.
one more hand before Colby gets smashed by the blinds once again. So 9 big blinds for this hand. Will he find something to work with? Doesn't
Ooh.
look like it.
Ugh. One of the two hands I hate the most, 8-6, and 5-10 is the other. I don't know why, I just can't stand them.
Okay.
Luca got a couple of picture cards here. He's going to lead out. What's he going to bet here?
All right, big blind smash for Colby. Gonna have 8 big blinds now, with one of them out there already. And man, 4-handed, I'll tell you what, when you start getting a little short stacked or a lot short stacked, it really doesn't feel great when you keep looking down at rags just every time you peel. Colby, though, finds one as a walk.
There it is.
Gets the walk.
3,500 people on the final table.
Basketball man says 7 deuce off is his least favorite hand because it's the worst hand. The only time I don't like 7 deuce is on the button. I mean, other than that, you know, because I love playing my button. I love having position, you know, and I think, and Aaron, you can back me up if you want on this. I think that if you get 7 deuce offsuit on the button, it should be a misdeal.
You just flick your cards over and
Yeah.
bring them back, boys. Nope.
You wouldn't sign that petition?
I would not.
All right, well, Luca here. We got all in Colby. He is looking for an ace or a lot of hearts here. An ace or a lot of hearts. That's not it. Now he's looking for ace. There's 3 of them still left in the deck. Colby looking for an ace. Looking for an ace here. We'll go to the turn. All right, he's got some outs, I guess. More. No, just still the ace. Yeah. Thought he might have had a straight draw there. No 3. No 3.
See you this week.
No, there's
just
a
the
little
ace.
bit of a misread, but that's going to do it for Colby, going home in 4th place, taking home a little over $2,000. And
let's get an official number here. There it is. 5th place or 4th place? 4th place.
Yeah.
4th place. A lot over $2,000. Almost $2,800.
That's
Colby,
right.
congratulations, man. You played well. Came out firing and impressive. But just couldn't find an ace there the last hand. A nice at the Kings. I lose so much money with Kings, but that's another story for another day, Aaron.
Yeah, Simon don't want to hear about it because he's winning with his Kings.
Yeah.
And that's all that matters. And he is at the top of the chip counts right now. Still doesn't have heaps, though. Coming in like 40-some big blinds on the chip lead. All 3 players are going to a flop. And
Yeah, well, if Phoenix hit the 6 there. Phoenix hit the 6. Everybody, the other 2 guys got a gut shot, I guess, right? Looking
double
for
gutty.
Oh yeah, 5 or 9. Yeah, I didn't see it. Yeah.
James quickly folds his double gutty after Simon makes the call. So heads up we go to a turn. And not the card that Simon had in mind, and a very good card here for Phoenix, as it's now very unlikely that he is behind.
Nobody's over there? Oh,
Simon's going to check. Phoenix is going to take advantage of it.
And wow, Simon continuing to call here. I mean, he definitely has some equity, and that is one of the cards he could hit.
Wow.
You got it, buddy. Check.
4 checks. I may win it. Tens and sevens with a
River, I knew it. I didn't bet enough on the turn.
Yeah, I mean, I thought it was well played by both players outside of maybe a little bit of a loose float there from Simon. I
Yeah, I was a little,
behind a raise, right? Like,
yeah, I was a little surprised with the call, but it paid off. And, you know, if you heard Phoenix, he said I didn't bet enough on the turn. So looks like James is getting a lot of love in the chat over here.
No, I'm saying I have a double gun.
But by the way, getting back to the 7-deuce, I don't mind 7-deuce. I could probably tell you the amount of money that I've lost playing 7-deuce is probably less than triple digits. Because, you know, it's the kings that kill me. But, I know Simon, he's real happy with the kings right now. But, kings just kill me all the time, Aaron.
yeah, they can be tough to play. I mean, everyone's kind of got a different idea about, jacks and kings and how you always see an ace or whatnot, right? But, yeah, it's certainly a very strong hand. And if you got dealt kings, once in orbit, you'd probably be a pretty wealthy player. So,
well, it's not just. Excuse me. It's not just when I get them. If people have kings against me, I can't even beat them. I lose with them, and I get. It's terrible. I don't want to get started. I'm getting frustrated in here.
all right. Well, take some deep breaths. Cross your legs. In through the nose, out through the mouth, Mitch. In through the nose. Out.
Help me, Aaron. Help me.
All right.
All right, here we go. James is going to raise it up to 125. Get a call here to the flop. Ooh. Very interesting flop for these two here.
Well, Simon says if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Just call out a position with my straight draws and see what happens.
Well, look at it. Now they both have a diamond. Look at this. We had a check on the flop. We had a check, a snap bet, a snap call. We got check, and look at this. Look at this.
Simon, are you wrong?
This is unreal. James is getting all the love in the chat, and then this happens to him.
Oh, my goodness.
He makes the call. Wow.
He goes all in.
Well, he went all in.
One pair.
I thought he made the call. I thought he just called.
Yeah, that's
wow.
That's a misstep. I mean, he would have been down to 300K nonetheless if he just makes the call. But yeah, going all in there, you just don't get called by worse at a high enough frequency. Tough spot there, but a good run from James as he is going to be eliminated in third place, and just like that, we're down to heads up.
Well, there it is, James. Congratulations, the silent assassin there in seat one. Say that 3 times fast. Go home in third place, $4,640. Not a bad day's work playing poker, watching TV, winning money. And Aaron, look at this. Look at this. Who did you say and who did I say?
Yeah.
Look
Heads
at this.
Between Simon and Phoenix. And
you're
3-1 ship advantage or so for Simon.
You're picking my pick. Crazy, huh?
That's right. Well, just about a $4,600 heads up match, I believe it is. Already locked up $7,800, playing for $12,400 up top, and of course the bragging rights of winning the tournament.
Simon does have what, a 3-1 chip lead on Phoenix?
Yeah, pretty close to it. And straight away, it's going to be second pair versus a flush draw. All in
Wow.
for Simon. Very first hand
Wow.
of heads up. And Phoenix here
Wow.
is now in a spot.
I mean, he's thinking, right? He's like, what if he had a, I mean, he could have, I mean, had a weak ace, maybe, I guess. Wow.
Well, extending that lead straight away.
Is it up? Okay, 40-80.
And a level up. What do you know? 40,000, 80,000. Phoenix here immediately working with 15 big blinds after the level up.
Quickly approaching 100 hands here at 93, guys. 184 of you watching. Again, thanks a lot, guys. We do appreciate that. Phoenix, go to look, see, look. Down, go look down at the button. He's on the button. He got 7 deuce off. That should have been a misdeal.
It was a misdeal. Bring it back.
It should have been a misdeal. I'm telling you. I'm typing it up tomorrow.
Well, I dare say you'll get a few people to sign on to it. But I'm not too sure how it's going to be received when you present it to whoever you present it to.
Well, you know, I know a guy who used to be on the rules committee, but over, you know, he's since left. He owns his own business now, but he used to be in the rules committee back in Vegas. We really didn't get along all that well, but that's beside the point, you know.
Well, I'm sure he'll be happy to see you with your two pages on his doorstep. All right, Queen 6-3 rainbow flop, your bottom pair for Simon. Gut shot for Phoenix.
Gut shot for Phoenix, yeah. Bottom pair. Uh-oh.
And, wow.
Uh-oh.
Check, check. No 4, but no 5 or anything else. So this is Phoenix just bluffing for the win, and he's bluffing right into the super nuts. Simon thinking about Vegas and the effing Mirage.
Yeah, there it is. And we'll get... yeah. He doesn't even have to see the cards. He knows he just ran into it. He's like, come on.
Yeah.
Phoenix, he's going to, you know...
Not like this.
He's having a great time, but you can see the frustration. He's like, come on, man. You know, he's like, damn. All right, but he's a solid player. He's putting that hand behind him. He's going to focus on the next one.
That's right. Well, he's going to need to focus up, and he's going to need to find some cards that connect with the board a little bit better. So he is going to ship it all in with the king deuce.
He's going to get the call. He's a slight favorite here, but the way Simon's been running, I don't know.
Well, it's certainly a get-right spot here if he can hold. As he'll be back to a 3-1 disadvantage or a little bit.
Well, he hits the king, but you kind of, he's got 2 pair, but still he's trying to dodge a 10, and he does. There it is. Phoenix with the double up, dodging the 10. And, you know, he didn't run into it there, but, you know, he almost did.
Yeah, so 4-1 roughly once again, but anything is better than where he just was. So back on the up and up here for Phoenix.
Yeah, I kind of get the feeling he was holding his breath there throughout that flop turn in river.
Yeah, you never know. We've been in spots like this.
So, guys, just to let you know, this is what they are playing for. 7,815 for second, 12,405 for first place. This is what these two gentlemen are fighting for. They've battled all day. Was it 100? How many did we? I know we said 148. 148 entrances today. Down to the final 2 people. Phoenix is seat 4. Simon is seat, I guess that's 8. I guess he's been in 8. Simon with a chip lead here. As you can see, there's the chip count in the bottom left corner. Hand number 97. Phoenix with the 100 with the ace 10. All in and a fold. DMC wants to know, do you have to be a member to play a TCH member already? Yes and no. You don't have to already be one, but when you come in, you'll have to become a member in order to play in the room. And the membership, you can buy a weekly membership. I believe it's been a while. Is that what it is? $10, Aaron?
Yeah, I am not sure if every location is homogenized. I think it is, but that sounds right.
Yeah, they've changed it up.
I just get the annual and don't have to worry about the the weeks and the months and whatever. So yeah, that's definitely the best deal.
Well, I'm an employee, so I don't have to pay for membership at all.
Well, good for you.
That's right. So that's cool. Another one of the good reasons why working at TCH is a great thing. Not to
All
mention
right.
what we got here.
Yeah, ace high on the river here. Simon makes the call on the turn and is happy to just get to showdown with the ace high. Will do so and shifts the pot. Yeah, D. McCauley in the chat. Come on down. Take a swing at the even bigger one kicking off here in just a couple of days. First starting flights are on Monday for the 250K guarantee. $300 buy-in. Going to be running all the way through Thanksgiving with day 2 going to be on December 1st, I think it is. Or perhaps that's day 3, the final table, going to be on the 1st. But yeah, that'll be a great tournament. Come on down, get signed up as a member, and maybe we'll see you on this very table in a couple of weeks.
That is a great tournament. We have daily tournaments here. She said DMs lives just north of Dallas. We have 2 rooms here in the Dallas area. The Dallas room itself, in Las Colinas, both great rooms. You can find me, if I owe you money, you can find me at the Las Colinas room. But the Dallas room is a lot of cool people working here too. And the Dallas room is where you're going to have the big tournament, the 2-day, the even bigger one. But the Saturday, a lot of people have off on Saturday. It's a great place. The Dallas room, this tournament's going on right now, is always a great tournament. How about that? Lego says every place that he's bought annuals have closed. Well, it's not TCH. TCH is the top premier place to play poker in the state of Texas. That's Jake is there. Keep buying the monthlies here. That's right. Keep buying the monthlies. Yeah, but TCH, 5 locations. We have 2 in Dallas, 2 in Houston, Austin, and Rio Grande Valley. The best place to play poker in the whole state of Texas. And I'm hoping we continue to grow. I wouldn't mind seeing a place in Waco. Maybe San Antonio.
Well, here we go. Heads up, all in. Simon with the red 3s, a slight statistical favorite over Phoenix and the ace-9. But if Phoenix can find a win, they will go to even, but it's a set on the flop and a virtual lock. Going to the turn,
there
it is locked up.
There it is.
Simon is going to take this one down.
You deserved it, bro.
Wow. And there it is. And there it is. Congratulations to Simon. Played solidly all night long, as did Phoenix. Even when he slipped, he battled back and played well. Guys, here it is. Phoenix is going to be taking home $7,815. Simon with the $12,405. Congratulations, gentlemen. Congratulations.
Yeah, really well played. Some great poker from everyone here this evening, but most of all from our Winner, Simon Webster taking it down, shipping all the chips there with the full house on the final hand. And yeah, really well played by Phoenix as well. Really enjoyed seeing these two battle it out for the relatively short heads up match that it was. But yeah, Simon going to get that coin, drop it there in front as he takes the winner's photo. Always one of the funnest things to do after shipping the tournament is
No doubt about it. You're going to hold up the threes there. There it is.
Let's go.
All right, there it is. Congratulations again, guys. Before we do go, do like to remind you guys, there it is. We were just talking about the even bigger one coming up for the holiday. Don't forget the 5 o'clock in the evening Thanksgiving flight here. It'll be a 2-day event. What else do we have going on? The main event down here, right? You were talking about in Houston.
That's right. Day 2 kicking off tomorrow. Not sure if there's a turbo flight. You can check out the information on Poker Atlas to see if there is one. So if you're in or around the Houston area, you want one last crack at it, perhaps there will be a turbo flight in the morning, but you'll have to check that out. But yeah, keep your eyes open for all of our future Trailblazer Season 2 tournament dates as the Trailblazer Tour continues to travel around the state.
And don't forget, we got the WSOP circuit event coming up soon, guys. It's something huge coming up. Guys, I do want to thank, congratulations to these guys. Excellent job by Brandy and Mary Austin. Thank you for coming and helping me fill in for these guys, Eric and RJ. Shout out to Jake and all the guys back there in the booth making all this stuff happen. Cooper, thank you for the call. I appreciate it. And Aaron, we'll get together and do it again. What do you think?
Yeah, sounds great. It was a pleasure. And for myself, Aaron McAvoy down here in Austin, for Mitch Lloyd up there in Dallas, and for all of the staff here at Texas Card House, we appreciate you guys tuning in. We'll see you next time. Good night, everybody.
All right, guys.